Okay, a quick update. Quite a famous image sharing site called Imgur has blocked all UK users. Now I'm pronouncing this Imgur. Somebody told me it was called Imager and it's got me confused, but I'm going to stick with Imgur. But basically, this last month, the end of September, they made some headlines by completely blocking all UK users from accessing their service. It came as a response to regulatory pressure from the UK's data protection watchdog and, to some extent, the new Online Safety Act, although it's not completely sure that this was totally responsible. So, what is Imgur? It's a digital image hub. I remember it was set up a long time ago, 2007 really, and I first came across it. I think I started using it as a photo album briefly, but it seems to share all sorts of memes and GIFs and funny videos and stuff. I presume there's some stuff that maybe children shouldn't be watching. I really don't know. But it looks harmless enough. It's got quite an intuitive interface, and I believe it's very popular. And there's a lot of online communities who use it a lot, like Reddit. They use it to share pictures and images and stuff with different groups. So it looks like a bit of a loss to the UK. What happens? Well, basically, if you go to the Imgur site, you get this content not available in your region. So basically, if you're in the UK, it gets blocked, much like lots of other sites. Here's a knitting pattern site. Sorry, you have been blocked. This is not available in the UK. Another site, one that I'm quite annoyed about, was Hexus, which was quite a good tech internet forum. It just had loads of users on, and it was quite helpful, really. There weren't hundreds of thousands of users, but it was quite popular, and there were some really helpful people on it. That's gone now. It looks like the end. Yeah, they blocked, but they haven't blocked. They've just closed the whole thing down, so nobody can see it anywhere. So it was primarily, I think, a UK forum, but lots of English speakers used it. Of course, technical stuff, it doesn't matter where you are, really. And that's gone. So what can we do about it? Well, we can use a VPN if we want to ignore the government legislation. If I go and click on my NordVPN Chrome extension, this is the free extension you get with a NordVPN subscription. Shameless plug. Discount link available in the description below if you want to save yourself some money. But here, if I connect to, say, France, I'll change my IP address and I can go back and hopefully I think I can access Imgur now. Yep, then you can see I refresh the page and it'll work perfectly. So if you've got an account, you should be able to log in. I don't think they're blocking accounts based on location yet. They're just blocking the whole site with IP blocking, but that could change. I'm not sure. It's not going to help you on Hexus, I'm afraid, because that site's just gone to everybody. So VPN will avail you nothing there. If you want to get knitting patterns or whatever these are, the IP block should be bypassed. Let me just refresh the page. Doesn't seem to be responding at the moment. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sorry, they're bead patterns, and you can see I can now get those. I don't know why on earth that has to be blocked. It just shows you, because there are so many big fines and the restrictions and everything are so vague. Many sites just think, I can't handle this, I'm just not going to the UK. They don't make a lot of money anyway. Lots of them are public service or the people just enjoy them. I can't imagine there's big money in bead patterns. And there you go. So let's just see what exactly has happened. Well, the reason has started back in March, really. So this isn't a quick reaction to the Online Safety Act. They were being investigated, Imgur, in March 2025 by the Information Commissioner's Office, which launched a big probe into Imgur's handling of children's personal data and age verification practices. I think they just used to have the "Are you over 18" or "Are you over 13" sort of banner that many sites used to do, the sort of self-governing thing. So there was a bit of a investigation into them, and they told Imgur, they said that you've got to ask users their age at sign up, and there was concerns about compliance with the UK's Children Code and data protection laws. On September the 10th, the ICO, that's the Information Commissioner's Office, remember this is not the Online Safety Bill yet, issued Media Lab AI, Imgur's parent company, a formal notice of intent to fine them for potential data protection breaches. And of course, during this time, the Online Safety Act, which instigates the age verification, although for adult sites, and I don't think you can call Imgur an adult site, but this is all linked up anyway, because the extent of the Online Safety Act is going to expand to a different category 3, at the beginning of next year, so sites like this will be covered. And the ICO warns that they still come after Imgur because they've just left the UK, but I'm not really sure how they're going to do that. But if it's not a UK company and not accessible in the UK, who knows? Imgur's response to all this was saying, well, it's just not worth the money and we'll make a commercial exit from the UK market. I couldn't say how bad or good or whatever Imgur was, because I say I haven't used it for well over a decade. But they've just instigated a complete block on all UK users, which seems kind of heavy, really. So you can't access the site or upload any content unless, as you've just seen, use a VPN like I do. Users attempting to visit the site see that message not available in your region. ICO and Ofcom have confirmed this was entirely a commercial decision and they were not actually being penalised anything. They couldn't be asked to comply, basically. And that is entirely justifiable in a way, because I've seen a few estimates of costs of these age verification, and they vary, I think, from about 20 cents to about $1 for each visit, which can be quite a lot if you're not a big money-making site and you have thousands and thousands of visitors, which I suspect Imgur has. So despite the block, you can go to the site if you click on a link, even without a VPN, and ask for your data or your account to be deleted. If you just go to the normal Imgur site, there's a link there. Interestingly, Media Lab have kept some other services in the UK. They've got something like Kick Messenger, which they are remaining available in the UK, and I think have got age verification on it, but I need to check on that. What does this mean? It's all down to the Online Safety Act, really. It sets a regulatory precedent. So the ICO's investigation into Imgur was the start here, and this was showing that increased pressure on every platform to protect children's privacy online, while dumping everybody else's into the toilet. Market access for compliant, Imgur's exit signals the real challenges platforms face when balancing the cost of compliance and market access opportunities. Remember, these are commercial companies. They're there to make money. We use them, we like them, we enjoy them, but ultimately they need to make money, and these are increasing bureaucracy and costs, albeit for a good intention to protect our children. Flawed, in my opinion. But the UK's Online Safety Act and the Children's Code are putting in new standards for age assurance and data minimisation practices. That's the privacy side of it. They say, the ICO said, leaving the UK does not mean escaping accountability, so they still can pursue them. I really don't understand. But an important thing to me is that it also means that any site that does not or is not able to comply with this new age assurance standards will just not be accessible. We're making the internet much smaller and less diverse in the UK than the rest of the world. Is that a good thing? I don't think so. Anyway, thanks for listening, and appreciate any comments you've got in the comments section below. Bye for now.